Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to go through this stack of books that I got from this big book sale. Okay, so the book sale that I went to was for the Planned Parenthood fundraiser book sale thing. I went to one in the fall, and it's in this big warehouse, and there's tons of donated books, and there's rows and rows of all of these tables, and it's a lot. And so I have that video linked down below. I went to this same sale in the fall. So they have one during the fall and then one during the spring. So it came up that it was happening again, and I was super excited because I'm like, okay, I'm actually prepared this time. Because last time I walked into the warehouse area and I was like, okay, because it was this huge warehouse and I was super overwhelmed. But this time I had a plan and it worked really well, and I got 18 books for $56-ish after tax. So around $3 a book. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm just going to kind of go through what I got. So before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more book videos. Okay, so the first book that I got was The Great Alone by Kristin Hannah. And so this book, I picked it up because it's in super awesome condition. It literally looks brand new. So this one was $8. And I haven't read anything by her before, and I've been wanting to. And so I was like, well, this is perfect because it's here and it looks perfect. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about this one. Surprisingly, I feel like I see this cover everywhere, but I don't really know much about it. I was just kind of like, that looks so familiar. And so I picked it up, and the tagline was super intriguing. Alaska, 1974, unpredictable, unforgiving, untamed. For a family in crisis, the ultimate test of survival. And so I was super drawn in, and I'm excited about that one. So first. So that one I'm excited about. This one was, okay, so it's organized by fiction, by author's last name. This one was in the romance section. They had specifically a romance area, and all of the romance books were kind of 90s romance books. They weren't any current really romance books. But I saw this one and I hadn't heard of it before. It's Love the One You're With by Emily Griffin. And it was only $1. And so I was like, well, okay, I'll try it. And from the little blurb, it kind of seems like a what if with this other person and maybe a love triangle type thing. So I was interested in it. So yeah, we'll give that one a try and see how it is. Okay, so the next one is The Flight Attendant. And so this one was $4, and oh, there's a paperclip in it. So anyway, this one is it's been being advertised to me. The HBO show has been being advertised to me everywhere. And so I was like, oh, I knew it was a book. And so I was like, well, I might as well try the book before I maybe watch the show. And I probably would watch the show because I really actually love Kaylee Cuoco. And I typically don't like when the books have the show thing on the front cover. But I don't know. I think it's a cool cover and I like her. So I was okay with it in this situation. Okay, next is Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. And this one was $3. And I've been kind of wanting to broaden my horizons, and that's how I felt about the The Great Alone, where it's I kind of want to try different things that I haven't read before by different authors that I know that are popular, but I haven't given them a try yet. Obviously she's popular for Gone Girl, which is a movie, and I feel that one is the ending and stuff is ruined, so I don't want to read that one because the movie came out and so you know what happens. But with this one, Dark Places, I haven't heard of it, and so I'm I'll give it a try, see how it is. Okay, so this next one that I grabbed, I really liked the title of the book, and it drew me in. It's Tell the Wolves I'm Home. And I saw it sitting there and I read the title and I was like, that sounds cool. And then I like moved on down the aisle, and then like I kept thinking about it, and I was like, tell the wolves I'm home. Why does that sound so like, why do I love that title of that book? And so that super like really drew me in. And then the premise sounded good too. So I was like, okay. And I like the cover art too, like the teapot, and then there's like a lady standing up here. So yeah, I'm very interested in reading this one. I don't know anything about it. I feel like at some point during this one, I feel like when I went to the fall one, I was kind of like, kind of picky and like wanted to do grab books that I like knew, I had heard of before and everything. And then this time I feel like I was just kind of like grabbing anything that like remotely interested me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you a try. And so I end up with things that like I'm not sure about, but I'm kind of excited because like I said, I'm trying to broaden my horizons. Oh, and did I tell you? This one was $4. Okay, another broadening of horizons, one that I haven't heard of before, was The River at Night. So the premise of this one, it seemed kind of like a thriller as well, and it sounded kind of scary, and it just kind of drew me in, and like the cover is awesome too. See? So yeah, hope that one's good. We'll see. Okay, so this one, Eleanor and Park. I have heard of this. I have not read this. It's like a young adult romance book. I haven't read it, but it's $3. I haven't read it, but it says 2 misfits, 1 extraordinary love. But I've heard of it, I feel like, a lot. And so I was like, well, I might as well give it a try. This one is another one that I saw the cover and I was like, ooh, that looks intriguing. It's Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So this one says that it's kind of like a true crime murder story, and a travel log. So, really curious about this one. I think that like I said, the cover I think is super cool. I think it's super important to have like a really catchy title and a really awesome cover. Cause like, I mean, honestly, like I do gravitate towards things that are more intriguing or that look intriguing or like sound intriguing by the cover. So that's where we're at with this one. Oh, and this one was $3. Okay. She wanted to join me. Okay, so the next one is The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. I have read her before. I read the After You book, that one that was like made into a movie and stuff. Were there 3 in that series? Or 1 or 2? I don't remember. I read multiple of those ones, either the 2 or the 3. But I've read her before, and I remember enjoying those, but it was a long time ago. So I saw this, and I was like drawn to it. And again, that's an awesome cover. Okay, next. This one looked like a romance book. It was in the normal fiction area. It wasn't even in the romance area, but I was drawn towards it, and I was like, hello, sir, you are coming home with me because you look like a romance book. And it seems like a romance book from the description. Like it kind of seems like so I'm excited. And it says it's the Element series book 3, but I had looked it up on Goodreads because I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be in the middle of a series. And it seems like one of those series where it's like kind of like based on multiple same characters. But it's not like you don't need to read the full series for it to be a series. So I figured it'd be okay. But it says it's the story of a boy and girl who loved each other but didn't love themselves. The story of life and death, of love and broken promises, of moments. And I was like, okay. So yeah. Okay, this next one I'm actually very excited for. I was super surprised when I saw this. So it's Gone with the Wind. And I've read this book. I listened to an audiobook and it was really good. But I saw this in the classic section and this is in like perfect condition. And I saw it and I was like, how are you so perfect? And I have never seen this cover art before. And I think it's super beautiful. Like it's them and like they're standing and like it's just like it looks like a beautiful painting. Wait, I didn't tell you how much. Do you care? I don't know if you care how much these are, but I wanted to tell you. This one was $4. This one was $3. Okay, And then, so this one was $4, and I was like, okay. This was in 1964. This is a 1964 book, and it is in, I'm amazed. I don't know. I think it's in beautiful condition. I feel like I'm getting like shaky, like looking at it, because I'm just like, how is it still just so beautiful? I feel like me like messing with it and stuff like is going to like ruin the nice condition it's in. So I'm like a little like nervous, but like I seriously was just so amazed. Like it just looks so good. Okay, so that's a big chunk gone. So the next few, I was in, like I said, I was in the romance section, and they're all kind of like not like contemporary, like new romance books that are like new releases or anything, which I was bummed about because I was like really looking for like recent releases. But it was a bunch of like, you know, like old 90s ones with like all of like the cover art and stuff like that. And I was like flipping through it, and my husband pointed these two out to me. He's like, whoa, look at that art. I know nothing about these, but I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that art. They do not make romance art like this, like these days. Like now it's like, you know, the cartoon characters, which I like, you know, like it's not like, you know, you can read it in public without people being like, what are you reading? But not that I care. But, oh, this was $1. And this one was also $1. But they're like, you know, those old romance books. But I mean, like, that art is just, I mainly bought it because I'm just like, okay, that's just like so beautiful. Like, it looks painted, and like, I don't know, like, I just think it's so beautiful. And I have this idea for like a bookshelf, and like a whole shelf being like kind of like 90s like romance books with like the like art. Just because, I don't know, I just feel, oh, it's ripped. That's a little sad. It's a little torn up, but it's okay. But I just feel like it's so beautiful, and they just, I don't know, they just don't make it like that anymore. But yeah, don't really know what these are about, but this one, I think they're like 90s romance books. This one is from 97, and then this one is from, oh, so that's that. Like, look at that. Like, they put so much effort into, like, painting this, like smutty scene. This one, I think, when's this from? This one's from 2000, but it's from the same author, and it looked like it was from the same, like, kind of, like, maybe series. So, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how these are in comparison to, like, the romance books that I currently read. Like, I'm looking forward to flipping through it. Tremendous. Places equal emphasis on the romance and suspense without shortchanging either one. Appealing, fast-paced, terrific. A thrill a minute. Like, okay. Okay, so the last 4, I have 4 left, are ones that my husband Drake picked out. He was such a little trooper during this book sale. He does not read. He's not a book person, but he was so nice. He pushed my cart the whole time, and like I would just like look up, and he would be so cute, like across the room. He's like reading the inside of the covers, and like by the end of it, he made like this big stack of like all of these books for me, but the majority of them were like, he probably picked out like 10, but they were like all hardcover, and they were all like $10, and I was like, I don't really want to spend $100 on like 10 hardcover books right now. So he narrowed it down to some of the cheaper ones that he was like, because he's like, oh, well, I was just grabbing ones that had nice covers, and that sounded interesting. He's so cute. But anyway, so here are some ones that he narrowed it down to. So I don't know what these are about, but he picked them out for me. Okay, so this one I was actually super into as well, because he was like, look at this cover, and I was like, wow, look at that cover. Like, I just think it looks super beautiful. It's Amber Low. Never heard of it, but I'm into it. I don't know, it was only $7. So yeah, I'm very interested in this one, and like, whoa, author picture looks awesome. Oh, it cracked. But it's Laura Elena Donnelly. So yeah, I think the cover art is super awesome. Okay, so the next one is, he said this one was made into a movie, he said. I'd never heard of it. Abraham Lincoln Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Ooh, scary. He said that it was a movie, and so this one was $2.50. We'll see. So yeah. Thanks, Drake. Okay, next is Ireland by Frank Delaney. This one was $1, and it seems to be about Ireland, and yeah, it says, from a land famous for storytelling comes an absolute masterpiece. And I kind of have a little bit of an obsession with Ireland, and so okay, last one. Okay, so this one, he said it seemed completely different from what I normally read, and so that's why he grabbed it. It's The Happiest People in the World by Brock Clark. This one was $4. So this one says it's a darkly funny tale of paranoia and the all-American obsession with security and the conspiracies that threaten it, written in a tone that is simultaneously filled with wonder and anger in almost equal parts. And I feel like I can see why he was drawn to it, because it's like this bright, like in-your-face cover. So there are the 18 books that I got for like the $56. I think the one that I'm most excited about is that like beautiful, pristine copy of Gone with the Wind. I still am just like, how is it in such like good condition? Like, I'm like very excited about that one. But regardless, it's a lot of fun, I think, to go to like these big book sales and to like rifle through things and like grab things that you've never heard of before that just kind of like grab your attention. And like, it's a great way to like just kind of like get a book you've never heard of or buy an author that you've never heard of for like a really cheap price. And so I'm very excited to add these to my shelf. So as always, thank you for spending your time with me today. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.